very proud to present this next proclamation. I've been a proud Rough Rider for 25 years now, so it's a real honor for me to present this proclamation declaring June 3rd through the 12th as Tampa Rough Riders Week. This morning, I'm joined today by the following individuals from the Rough Riders, and I'd ask them to please come forward. We have President Billy Hogan, Secretary Greg Eckley, past presidents K.R. Lombardia and Bonnie Stouffer, board member Max Garcia, board member and History Committee Chairman Kent Gallimore, club members Jim Hoy, David Ford, David Jones, and Joe Clark. And North Palumbo. I'm sorry, the mask. Yeah. Welcome, everyone. The first United States Volunteer Cavalry Regiment Rough Riders was formed to commemorate the memory and values of Theodore Teddy Roosevelt and his famous regiment known as the Rough Riders. Historically, the Rough Riders were an important part of America's and Tampa's contributions to the Spanish-American War in 1898. While I've admittedly never been the most active Rough Rider member, I must say that the Rough Riders are anything but your average crew. There are well over 100 crews here in Tampa and Hillsborough County, and certainly we all like to be in the parades and to have fun. But my humble opinion, the Rough Riders are the gold standard when it comes to being involved in local civic works, patriotic activities, public service, and fellowship events that enhance countless lives and raise money for charitable causes. Notably, two very special events and activities include the Rough Riders' involvement in Special Olympics and the countless teddy bear runs that go on every year, where Rough Riders deliver beads and teddy bears to sick children in hospitals. I've been on several of these through the years. I can tell you there's nothing more moving than when you can put a smile on a young child's face that's sick and in the hospital. And it's just an extraordinary act of kindness and service that my crew provides to thousands of children throughout the year. And it's something that I'm very, very proud of. We'll read the proclamation now that states, whereas in 1898, Teddy Roosevelt organized the first United States Volunteer Cavalry Regiment, nicknamed Roosevelt's Rough Riders, to fight against the Spanish forces in the Spanish-American War, most famously winning the Battle of San Juan Hill. And whereas Tampa Rough Riders were formed in 1978 to create and perpetuate a living memorial to the life and values of former President Theodore Teddy Roosevelt and his Rough Riders. Whereas the nonprofit organization has contributed hundreds of thousands of dollars, both financially and in volunteer hours, to numerous organizations, including Metropolitan Ministries, American Cancer Society, and the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay, to name a few. Whereas the Rough Riders participate in civic events in the Tampa Bay area, including the Teddy Bear Roundup, collecting new stuffed animals and distributing them to children in need, in addition to supporting Special Olympic events and hosting Tampa's annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Whereas the regiment provides time and financial assistance to college scholarships, academic achievement awards, home restorations, and area improvements for those who are physically challenged. And whereas in June 2022, the Tampa Rough Riders Annual Festival will commemorate the first United States Volunteer Cavalry's place in history and the 124th anniversary of their stay in Tampa before deploying to Cuba. I therefore be it proclaimed that the Board of County Commissioners of Hillsborough County, Florida, is hereby declared June 3rd through June 12th, 2022 as Tampa Rough Riders Week in Hillsborough County, and encourages all residents and visitors to commend the organization and its dedicated members for their tireless service and invaluable contributions to their community. Hillsborough County and the state of Florida execute the second day of June 2022. Congratulations. It's my privilege to present this proclamation to Billy Hogan, and please say a few words.
Commissioner Hagan and others who are in attendance or are listening, want to thank the Board of County Commissioners for the opportunity today to come out and spend a few minutes with you and get this great proclamation that you all have done for us. Ken talked very eloquently about our mission with the teddy bears. It's one of the things that we're most known for in the Tampa Bay area, and also our participation in parades. But I will tell you, there's a third aspect of what we do here in Tampa, and that's the history side of it. There were 560 Rough Riders who were left behind when Teddy Roosevelt went to Cuba in 1898. They spent a long summer here in Tampa. Of course, the soldiers who went forward and suffered greatly deserve our thanks, particularly this past Memorial Day weekend. We went and visited the graves of some of those soldiers in Washington, D.C. I want to make a quick comment about the annual festival that we're doing and what's called Rough Rider, what we're calling Rough Rider Week. There are three major things that we're doing that are open to the public and will help us commemorate Teddy Roosevelt as Rough Riders. First is the Friday the 10th, June the 10th, at 2:45 at Gaslight Parks here in Tampa. There will be a rededication of a marker that describes the fact that the Rough Riders were in that area. On June the 3rd, tomorrow is the 124th anniversary of when the Rough Riders actually went straight down Kennedy Boulevard, crossed the river, went over to the staging area over by what's currently the Armory, the Brian Glazier Jewish Community Center. So that marker that's in place, it says the Rough Riders rode by here. We will rededicate that on Friday, June the 10th at 2:45 in the afternoon. That evening, June the 10th, at our clubhouse at 5 p.m. Clubhouse address is 601 North 19th Street. Our website is www.tamparoughriders.org. We will have a history event. It's a social between three crews: the Buffalo Soldiers, who fought alongside the Rough Riders in Cuba, as well as the Mombies. The crew of the Mombies represent the Cuban insurrectionists who fought against Spain prior to the Rough Riders and the Buffalo Soldiers showing up. So the three organizations are conducting a joint social. There'll be 10 separate stations with very short history discussions about what happened in the before the war, the destruction of the Maine, the preparation for war, and then the Battle of San Juan Hill, and then the after effects, the situation that happened with the soldiers who were ill, and then those who eventually passed away. So that's the second. And then the third major event that I'd like to just call out very quickly is that we will have a yard sale and flea market and cigar palooza is what we're calling it. That'll be in our compound on Saturday, June the 11th at 11 to 5. And all those events are in fact open to public. So I'd also like to very briefly acknowledge, I know Ken already did, but our three past presidents who are in attendance, Norton Colombo. We also have Bonnie Stouffer and K.R. Lombardia, who's here as well. So I want to thank them for all the decades of service that they've done for the community, serving as the Rough Riders. Thank you very much.